Any government's most sacred responsibility is to keep its citizens safe. Canadians should feel safe where they live, no matter what part of the country they call home. And they should have the confidence that their government takes their safety and security seriously. But in the last few years, especially in large urban areas like the GTA, that hasn't been the case. Gang crimes, particularly gang murders, have been on the rise. We have seen several shocking incidents of gang violence this summer, including a shooting on a children's playground not too far away from here. Now, this morning I spoke with community and victim rights organizations about how gang crime has affected their neighborhoods. The stories I heard from them today are very similar to those I've heard in other parts of the country. People are feeling less safe in their communities, and they're losing faith that their government is willing to address it. I've been reaching out to law enforcement and concerned community members for the last number of months, discussing potential solutions to a problem that has gone on for far too long. And that's why I'm here today. Today I'm announcing the first of 3 policy pillars in my new plan for a safer Canada. Today's pillar deals exclusively with gangs and the measures a new Conservative government will take to deal swiftly and firmly with gang crime. The fact is, more than half of all firearms homicides in Canada are gang-related. But while our cities try to cope with this rise in gang violence, Justin Trudeau is failing to offer real solutions. In fact, he's making the situation worse. He is softening Canada's approach to dealing with gang violence. Bill C-75, which is actually before the House of Commons today, is the Liberals' most recent crime bill. And it reduces the penalty for gang crime to as little as an administrative fine. This failure has real consequences. It puts Canadians at risk by letting violent gang members remain at large on our streets, treating gang activity on the same level as speeding. It also breaks the trust Canadians should have in their government to look out for their safety and security. I want to restore that trust. That's why Conservatives will take action to make it easier for police to target gang members and put them behind bars where they belong. We're going to put an end to the revolving door prison system and take these violent thugs off of the streets for good. We're going to start by ending automatic bail entitlement for repeat gang offenders. Right now, even the most notorious gang members are entitled to bail. That means dangerous criminals with prior convictions who are known to police can be released right back onto the street. We will end that automatic bail eligibility and put the onus on repeat and dangerous gang offenders to convince a judge why they should get bail. And we're going to go further and strike at the criminal gangs themselves. We will enshrine a list of criminal organizations in the criminal code. This is similar to the list of known terrorist entities. Everyone knows that the Hells Angels and MS-13 are dangerous, violent gangs. Yet prosecutors have to prove this in court each time they prosecute a gang offense. This makes absolutely no sense and only wastes valuable and limited police resources. Next, a Conservative government will bring in mandatory sentences for instructing someone to commit a crime on behalf of a criminal gang. We will attach a tough mandatory sentence to this offense so gang leaders end up behind bars. Next, we will create new offenses for ordering and committing a violent offense on behalf of a criminal gang. And we're going to back these offenses with serious mandatory sentences. Finally, we'll revoke parole for gang offenders who choose to associate with an organization on the gang list. Parole is a privilege, not a right. And anybody who repeatedly chooses to associate themselves with groups who commit violence will lose that privilege and find themselves back behind bars. In the coming weeks, I will be announcing more policies, 2 more policy pillars in my plan for a safer Canada. Together, they will form the basis of a new Conservative government in 2019 and how that government will put the safety and security of Canadians ahead of the interests and the comfort of violent criminals.